What's up, everybody? I am super excited about today's guest presenter. I want y'all to meet my dear friend Austin. Now, y'all heard a little bit about him last week from Dr. Rose, where she gushed on and on and on about how amazing he is and how he helped to automate so many processes in her practice to free up time, which is why she has time to do webinars and podcast interviews and travel all over the country to speak. And sometimes we will show so much love that it's just too hard to believe. But trust me, seeing is believing, and you will see that Austin is going to live up to everything that she said about him last week. So if you're not familiar with Austin, he is with ReviewWay and serves as their director of sales. He's been helping chiropractors for over 6 years to discover the tools needed to transform their practice and patient experience. And that, I think, is a gross understatement. It is a huge transformation in the patient experience. As a chiropractic patient himself, he's seen firsthand the power of chiropractic, which is his daily inspiration. His goal is to help more chiropractors grow their practice, which will help them change more patients' lives, which I love because, I like to surround myself with like-minded people. And if you just don't have all the love in the world and a soul and heart that beats for this profession, then I just don't think we can be friends. And he and I are very, very Well, welcome to the webinar series, Austin.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We're so excited to be here. And as you mentioned, thank you for the great intro. Everything that we do here at ReviewWay is to really change the patient experience, to help you doctors change the world. One patient at a time. If we can help them communicate better, we can retain them better, and also, attract more patients into your clinic and get the good word out there. We're going to ultimately help the world hand in hand. So I'm going to hop right into it here. So as far as what we're going to talk about today is the quick guide to accelerated practice growth, as Dr. Rose might have alluded to last week. I don't know what else she mentioned, so I don't want to say I'm going to live up to everything, but I'm going to do my best. We're going to learn how to attract and convert more leads into patients on autopilot. So let's dive right into it here, guys. So first things first, the 3 key areas of the patient journey. 1 is attraction, 2 is retention, and 3 is referrals. Now, we all say we're word of mouth referral practices, but let's face it, the way that we do things in today's society, people aren't just telling someone to go somewhere and they just show up. They're going to go look you up online. So how do we attract them, with a little magnet logo here, whether it's online scheduling, reviews, all of that good stuff. And then retention, how do we retain them? And then we get back to the referral part. So it's kind of a life cycle of this patient. So those are the 3 main areas that we're going to focus in, and we'll dive into each one of them right here. First one, obviously, is attraction, right? It's the first thing that they see. People used to, have your ads in Yellow Pages or any magazine that was out there, or, in the shopping carts and the little pieces there. But nowadays, everything is based off of social proof. How do you look online? Are people saying great things about you? And ultimately, are we converting them into a paying patient? So first is reviews. Again, as you see here, ultimate social proof. If we're looking for a restaurant to go to today, both of them have the same menu. We're going to go to the one that has more reviews, and that's just right off the bat. And why is that? Well, because other people went out of their way to say that this place is great, and this place over here isn't getting as much love as Christy alluded to, right? It's all about the love. So the more love you get from your patients online, the more attractive you're going to look online, and the more we're going to be able to help more patients. In fact, 84% of people trust online reviews just as much as a personal referral, right? So even if I tell my friends, my wife, my family, my friends where to go, the greatest restaurant here in McKinney, Texas is, they're still going to go online to see the hours, the menu, and are other people saying great things about it to solidify that verbal referral, right? So reviews are absolutely the cornerstone of practices in today's day and age. It's the quickest way to grow your new patient influx, and also not having to pay $1 million in marketing over the year. 89% of people read reviews before trying a service, right? Especially in the service industry. Now let's focus specifically on chiropractors. What are you doing? You're putting your hands on me. You think I'm going to go look at your reviews and see if other people like the service that you provided? Absolutely. And that's what separates us, in this industry as chiropractors, right? You're putting your hands on me compared to a dentist that might be, dealing with my teeth and whatnot. It's different. It's more intimate. And that's why more people are going to read reviews, especially before trying a service. Now, you might have a lot of reviews, but there's no substance behind some of those sometimes. It just might be a 5-star. We want to get these people sharing feedback. What was it that they love about your service to give you 5 stars or whatnot? So again, 89% of people are reading reviews before trying a service. Dr. Molly Spahn here, owner and chiropractor at Matrix Chiropractic, got 119 reviews in her first 4 months using ReviewWave. Do you think that made an impact in her practice? Absolutely. You know, she doesn't have to pay a lot of money in marketing to get the word out there on her practice and her community. Her patients are doing it for her. By automating the system, it's going to help you attract and convert more patients. Let your patients do the work for you. We just got to make it as easy for them as possible to go leave those reviews. But that's an amazing testimonial. This is way outdated because that was in the first 4 months of being a client of ReviewWave. So this can happen right away, right? We got to start now to be able to get the results we want down the road. Next is online scheduling. Now, a lot of us want control over our schedule, and I get that. I do this for a living, right? But I'm also a chiropractic patient myself. And let's just take ourselves out of our chiropractic clinic for just a second here. We're looking to book a flight. We're looking to book a hotel. We're looking to buy food right now for lunch because I haven't had time to get out of the office today. Or I need an Uber or Lyft to pick us up. Do you speak with anyone? Do you call anyone? No, you just go online and you do it, right? So why is our clinic different that we have to make them call us, which the patient isn't used to doing right now in life? Why do we make them call? Well, it's because we've been doing things for a while and there hasn't been a system out there that fits your schedule the way you want. So with ReviewWave and our online scheduling, it's so robust that you would train us just like a staff member to be able to say, hey, here's how I schedule, don't screw it up. Or we have a little bit more of a fluid schedule. You can put them wherever it allows as long as there isn't someone else there. We can do both models. But what this allows us and your new patients is 24/7 availability to fill your schedule. Most of us are not available 24 hours at the call of a phone, and people don't want to call, right? Your website's not working for you 24 hours a day to convert those patients unless you have something like this. So this helps us book more new patients the way that they want to communicate. They're on your website in the first place. Why are they on your website? Because they don't want to call you, right? So the easier we make it for a new patient to schedule, the better off we're going to be. The ease of use for the patients, again, as I mentioned already, they don't want to call you. Let's just face it. I'm a people person, as you can tell. I like to talk, but I'm one of few that like to be on the phone and speak with someone. Most of our patients don't want to do that. So we can level with them and give them the availability to go online and do it without having to call you. If they want to call you, sure, they can do that as well. But this acts as a full-time receptionist 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Again, we're not in our clinic 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we're not available to schedule a patient. And if you don't make yourself available, guess what? They find someone else that has this capability and they go to them. And we don't want you losing business. 3 out of 4 patients handle their scheduling needs after hours. How many of you are open 5 to 9 o'clock at night? That's the peak hours when they're doing this. We have massage, we have chiro, we have a lot of things in our office, right? There's a lot of ways that people can schedule their own appointments without having to be on the phone. So again, we can make ourselves available by keeping your schedule full, but not having to do the work for it. It's done in real time and they get what they want. 72% of people prefer to self-schedule appointments compared to calling. Let that sink in right there. So if you don't have this, we're only attracting 28% of the people that go to your website or that find you somewhere. Are we really making a big impact in our community if we don't have this? I would refer to this to say this is going to help you make a deeper impact in your community and make it easier for your patients. So 72% of people want to schedule. They don't want to call, okay? Regardless of age. Dr. Kate Bruce here, owner and chiropractor at Bruce Chiropractic. It's a wife and a husband team. Her husband, Justin, runs the front desk, and she's the doctor in the clinic. They switched from phone calls to online scheduling, and she doubled her practice in 2 months. They were doing a lot of manual things, a lot of phone calls to try to convert patients. And we can only be on the phone one time or, once at a time, right? But online scheduling can be doing it for you and booking appointments automatically and still fitting your criteria and giving you the control that you want. In fact, you have more control because you have multiple avenues abiding by the same scheduling rules. 80 patients to 250 patient visits per week in the first 2 months. Now she has more time with her cute little baby here. That's what she wants. She wanted more time to be able to go golfing on the weekend with her husbands and have family time and not have to take work home with her because they were still answering phones as they were forwarded to her phone call or to her cell phone, excuse me. So again, using technology and leveraging technology to your benefit is going to help you free up time outside of the office. As Dr. Rose alluded to, now she has time to do more webinars. You guys will have more time to do other things, whether it's be on the boat or, have more family time or, be more active in our patients' lives. Whatever it is, it frees up a lot of time for you. And online forms. I don't even own a printer, not to date myself, but roughly I think the stat shows that there's like 30% of people or something that has a printer that actually works. I'm not going to print anything. So if you make me print that, that's already a negative foot right out of the gate for that new patient. Let them go online on the computer they have, whether it's a desktop computer that still has dial-up, it doesn't matter. Their cell phone, their iPad, their laptop, it doesn't matter. If they have the ability to go online and fill out their forms, it's a better agreement for you guys before they come in, right? We want to make sure that our patients are ready to rock and roll the moment they walk through that door. And online forms gives us that capability. They're completely customizable to your office, no more printing and wasting paper, and we can streamline the new patient intake. Again, the easier we make it for a new patient to come into your clinic, the better experience they have right out of the gate. So now you can do the good work that you're going to do physically with that patient, and now it's going to come full circle to help us get more reviews. In a study done by the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress, 69% of Gen Z responded more interested in chiropractic care over any other form of healthcare. Isn't that amazing? This is an amazing stat right now because, as in the industry, I've been in the industry for about 6 years or so. We want people to come to us first compared to the medical model that they're so used to and that, even I was raised up on. But, Gen Z, which I believe is like 20 to 28-year-olds or something like that, 69% of them are interested in chiropractic care compared to anything else. So who's looking at your website? Who's looking at your reviews? Who wants to print that form that you told them to print out right now? Who wants to call? Younger people don't want to be on the phone. Again, I'm kind of a commodity, right? People don't want to be on the phone. So if we attract the patients that are searching for you, because this is the new wave of the people that are searching for us, we got to give them what they want. We got to level with them. 30% of millennials own a printer. Of that 30%, 60% of them would still prefer to fill out forms online, right? So now we're looking at what, 12 people out of 100 or so? Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't own a printer, and even if I did, you think people can ride your really bad handwriting? I have chicken scratch handwriting. So when they come in with their papers already filled out, you can't read it. Now we got to go back to square one, right? So instead, we let them fill it out online. It's all HIPAA compliant, password protected, encrypted, and streamlining the whole process for you guys. Consumers' first choice for filling out forms. 53% want to fill them out online. 21% fill out paper forms at an appointment. 12% of them actually print them out or return them by mail or fax. 7% receive and return forms by mail. I doubt a lot of people are doing that anymore. And this was 2017, so I think these numbers are a little outdated, but it still gives you a good example, even 5 years ago. 6% receive and return forms by fax, and 2% actually call to fill out the forms over the phone. No one's definitely doing that. I really hope not, because that shows how far behind the times we are. But again, the big stat here, 53% want to fill it out online, 21% do it while they're physically in the clinic. Again, these stats are outdated. I would say that's much more like 70% now that people want to fill it out online. Form filling preferences by age. How many times do I hear this on a daily basis? Well, Austin, my patients are a little bit older. They don't want to do any of this tech stuff. Here you go, proofs in the pudding. And again, this is still back in 2017. Back in 2017, people that were 65 years and up, 67% of them wanted to fill this out online. Only 33% wanted paper forms. Now, 18 to 24-year-olds, 86% of them fill it out online, and 14% of them print it and bring it in. Proofs in the pudding right here. People do not want to print anything and bring it back in. Let them fill it out online. Again, it's only going to make your life easier, your staff's life easier, your CA, your patient, everyone, your biller even. Everything is streamlined, and it's coming right back in. Dr. John Maher, owner and chiropractor at Maher Chiropractic, he said it brings us practice into the now. It keeps us relevant. No one answers their phone. Everyone reads text and communicates through text. You can text my front desk direct. Google reviews a new word of mouth. This does both, and I have an app that you can schedule your own appointment. I've been in practice for 31 years, and the only thing consistent in life is change. In practice, we educate on the body's adaptation and how chiropractic helps. ReviewWave allows our practice to adapt to the ever-changing environment of society. I love that right there because, again, he's been doing it for 31 years, but he, saw the light, came over to ReviewWave, and it's transformed the way that he does things while still keeping that homey feel within the clinic. But again, as I've been mentioning, we have to level with our patients to attract the proper people to come into the clinic. Second here is retention. Again, we can get all these people in the office, but then what are we doing, right? How long have we been stuck at 150 patients a week? What's our goals to 350? How do we get there? Well, first thing is look internally into our reactivations and our retentions. We're doing a lot to bring them back in, but one thing we lack and focus on is the work that it takes to keep them coming back in, right? So retention here is huge, a huge moneymaker and a honeypot in your clinic that's already existing there. Real business texting using your office landline or voice over internet phone number. So we're not texting them from a different number that they're not associating your practice with. It's the same exact one that you would call them on. So it makes it a lot easier here to automate the appointment reminders, text from your business phone number, and even automatic missed appointment reminders. Our staff and our CAs don't have time to get on the phone and call patients if they're running late. And even if they do, what is that doing? Look at the negative effect of that. Susie Q's over here on the phone at the front desk, but Jimmy and Steve just walked in for their appointments and they're not getting the love that they should be getting from Susie Q here because she's on the phone, right? If we can free up the phone time, Susie can now engage with these patients, providing a better patient experience in the clinic right here, right now. So real business texting gives you that. You can text from your computer, you can text from your laptop, you can text from your personal cell phone. We have an app for that allows you to take it on the go and still use your business phone number, keeping work, and personal. From here, reactivations. Again, a lot of us print out a report through whatever EHR you're using, and we have our staff painstakingly pick up the phone and call. They don't like doing it. One, we don't have good responses because people don't answer the phone. So we waste a lot of time, in fact, hours on hours, a week, a day, a month, depending on how frequently you do this. What if we just automate it? ReviewWave is tied into your EHR, and we know that they haven't been in 2 weeks or a month, and they have no future booked appointments. Bingo, automatically the message should go out from you. As a person of authority, as a doctor or office manager, no knock to our CAs or receptionists that are listening in, but if doctor or office manager called, it seems like they have magic pixie dust sometimes that someone just answers the phone and you're like, how the heck did that happen, right? Let's put it in terms of the doctor, whoever, or anyone you like, whoever the bulldog is in your clinic, but it's done automatically every single time with zero work on your end. You strengthen your existing patients' relationships, keeping them coming back in, and you're going to increase your bottom line and focus on the real moneymaker, which is reactivations. Keeping people on the schedule helps us grow. We can only grow as big as our foundation allows us to. Reactivations and our retention is our foundation. You can bring as many people into the house, but if they just leak through the foundation, we lost a patient. Well, let's go get another one. That's 3 times as more expensive than it is to reactivate our past patients. Huge money pot there that we should be focusing on. Dr. Carolyn Griffin, owner of Chiropractic Back to Health Chiropractic, set up an automated reactivation campaign. 19 reactivation texts from sending 1 text message. 19. Essentially what that is that's basically like 19 new patients. Patient hasn't come in, we want to get him back in, boom, she got 19 by sending 1 text. Imagine what that would look like in your clinic if you sent 1 text message and it got 20 people coming back in. We're making a deeper impact in our clinic more consistently. Automated campaigns, we increase our marketing efficiency. Automated time-consuming manual tasks and generate more qualified leads and improve ROI. Don't let campaigns be a big buzzword for you. We're talking new patients. They need a little bit more of a nurture sequence. Missed appointments, are they done automatically? Reactivations, birthdays, whatever else it might be. If you guys do a newsletter even, that can be set up in our automated campaign feature via text, via email, or even physical postcards if you like to, if you see right up here. We can do that as well for you. So automated campaigns are huge. This is taking a lot of these manual tasks to lead up to a big pile of stuff that our staff has to do right now. The scheduling app. People don't want to pick up the phone and call, but when they do, who is it? It's not new patients, most likely. 60 to 70% in my experience of your inbound phone calls that come in right now are from existing patients. They only have 3 scheduling questions. When's my appointment? Can I make one? Can I move it? What if they didn't have to call in for that anymore? What if our staff members didn't have to be on the phone for that? We have a scheduling app that they can download. We'll send you marketing materials like this guy here. And now once they have that downloaded, it's branded to you. It has your logo on top. They can schedule their next appointment. They can view their upcoming appointments. And if needed, they can even reschedule their appointment right from there with zero work on your guys' end. Obviously, we don't let them cancel. In order to cancel, they got to put their big boy, big girl pants on and call you. They don't want to do that. So they take the path of least resistance, which is to reschedule or choose a new appointment right there. Reduces the inbound phone calls for your staff. Automated receptionist 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it elevates the patient experience because it's fun, it's convenient, and it's easy to use. All conversations conveniently saved in one place through our dashboard. You can view it all right from there. It's not like you're picking and choosing and going back and forth. This looks very similar to our smartphone. If you look at the example here, it'll have all of your open conversations. You can click on one and then view anything that you've sent that patient, and even what staff member sent it. Whether we have 10 people in our office or 2 people, all of the text messages come back through the same thread to keep it very easy for you guys to know what's going on and who's doing what. Last but not least is referrals. So if we do the first 2 things right, we have better online scheduling, we have better retention. Guess what? We're going to enhance that patient experience to get them more likely to the point to refer you or refer me to you or friends or family or whatnot. Again, we love word of mouth referrals, but do we really think that people are actually going on there and, just show up at this place? No, we want to make sure that we get more reviews so everyone in your community is affected by that same great experience that they just had. Turn patients into advocates. Again, you have a lot of people that might glow after an adjustment or it just clicks, right? The light bulb hits. So we want to make sure that we can turn those patients into advocates. And by automatically texting them for a review, we're going to get more reviews. 83% of people are willing to refer after a positive experience. They're here, they're waiting, they're ready to refer people. They just don't know how because, things have been changed over the years. But our patient experience matters. 80% of patients say that they would switch doctors on convenience factors alone. That goes back to texting using your business number. It goes back to the online scheduling being available 24 hours a day. That goes back to online forms, not having to print anything. Shows and proves that you're in the now. These convenience factors include ease of communication, ease of booking appointments, proximity, and the overall patient experience. So again, what are we doing to enhance our patient experience? You're doing great work, but what can we do to level with these patients and enhance their experience that they are used to outside of our office? 90% of respondents said that patient experience is a high priority through the NRC health study, right? That's what they're focused on most right now is the patient experience, right? Sure, they might be able to find someone down the street that's going to do a similar job that you will, that someone else referred them to, but they had a better experience. It's all about the experience. That's why we call ourselves a patient experience platform. We're not an automated system that does this or that. No, we're a patient experience platform that's going to enhance this to help you help more people change the world, one patient at a time. So if you want to learn more, my team and I are ready and willing to hop on a demo with you guys. You can click on that or open up your phone there. It's a lot easier than it looks. Open up your camera. You can screenshot that. It brings you to our demo page. We're more than willing to help you guys out. Again, everything that we do and everything we will continue to do is to help you help more patients change the world. And that's our main focus. Christy, thank you so much.
Thank you, Austin. So I just put a fun fact. The really funny story about how I met Austin and the team at Review Wave is because I was asked to teach a class on utilizing technology to improve efficiency in a chiropractic office. And Dr. Brian Johnson from Review Wave was sitting in the audience getting CE when he came up afterward and he's like, do I know you? Because do you know about Review Wave? And I was like, I don't know what Review Wave is. He's like, well, we're the company that does everything that you just said needs to be done to improve efficiency in the office. So I just pulled one of the stats from that presentation, which is your front desk person will spend 38.5 hours a week on processing new patient paperwork, scheduling appointments, and reminding patients about appointments. So essentially, we pay one person full time that is their prime, if that was their only job that they were doing. And in the meantime, we also expect them to collect money, they're greet patients. And if you think about one of the benefits of this is that it helps to focus more on patient care because we're not wasting time on just doing all of these things. And I will tell you that I have a story that I actually changed providers because they had an app. I could do my new patient paperwork online. I could schedule my appointment online because I only think about I need to make an appointment for that, for my chiropractor, especially at night when I'm going to bed and my back hurts and they're not open. Yep. And even though I am a social person, I do not like to talk on the phone. My dentist, my nurse practitioner, my chiropractor, all of them let me schedule appointments online. My favorite thing is they also send me text messages if there is a balance due after insurance pay. If it says, would you like to pay your balance of $6.04, click here. And it says, I'll type yes. And it says, we have just emailed you a receipt because my credit card is on file.
There you go. Simple and easy.
So simple and easy. And so I'm gonna we had a couple of great questions, and I see Austin, you went ahead and typed that in there and answer. But it says that's great for cash practice. How would online scheduling work for new patients who have insurance that needs prior authorization?
Yes. So one thing I'll add to that for Lakia, if you want it, so there's two ways you can really do it that we've seen. You can ask, what insurance are you using? And that way you get that information before they actually book the appointment. Or we can also not automatically push that into your EHR depending on what you're using. And that way you still have the time to vet that client, call them, figure out what's going on. What this does is this takes out the scary part of having to book an appointment with you. And then you can always turn people away if needed. But if they fit that criteria that you want, then you can kind of accept them in. So multiple ways to do that. I'd love to get on the phone with you and talk a little bit more about that should you have any further questions. But we see that all the time.
Well, and I was going to say, I absolutely love that was the question, because one of the things I will usually tell people, first off, online appointment scheduling in this day and age is an absolute must. Everybody's walking around with their cell phone. And if they can't do it from their cell phone, they don't want to do it. Number two, my husband will not take my children to a single doctor's appointment if it is time to update paperwork or it's a new provider and he has to do paperwork, because it's frustrating. So we pick providers that allow us to fill paperwork in online. The best part about that process, especially in chiropractic, is that you're getting this information in advance. It gives you time to actually do an insurance verification to see what is covered, if they need pre-authorization, if they have a high deductible situation, and that you know what's going on the minute they walk in the door. And I think that's a really great thing. Especially because we've had somebody who popped in and said, look, it's only me in my practice. I'm a solo provider with no staff. These processes are made for any practice, whether you have no staff or you have, like we do, we have like 8 staff members in our practice. You've got to have these in place, because that obviously you want to improve efficiency, especially for you if you don't have that.
Absolutely. Any other questions or anything else that I can answer for anybody?
I don't see anything else, any other questions. So, Austin, what if we have people who are watching the recording, which is going to be happening all week, and so they weren't here for the live and they could not ask you a question? How would they ask you a question?
They can send me an email. I can put it in the chat here. Is the chat going to be up the whole week?
Oh, yeah, it stays up the whole time. Even through the recording.
Okay, cool. I'll put in my info, my email here. So you can send me an email, any questions that you have, or call me, or text me even. This number is textable. So I'm always here to help. If I'm not available, I can pass it to someone else, but I'll be your main point of contact on any of this stuff. And again, we're here to help the profession. So if anyone has anything, I'd be more than happy to answer anything as possible.
Perfect. Okay, everybody. So there's the contact information, and we again would love for you to book a demo, learn more about how Review Wave can help your practice. And I just want to remind y'all that next week, we've been talking a lot about improving the patient experience the last couple of weeks. I think it's one of the most overlooked things that you can do in your practice, is that look at it from a patient's eyes and how do we make that so much better. So we've been doing that a lot. Next week, we're going to be talking about DME products with Marty Kotler. Not only when you utilize them, but how to get paid for them by the insurance company. Making sure that we're coding everything and documenting it correctly to show that it is medically necessary. Then we're going to be jumping into May with Dr. Cindy Howard. She's going to be talking about headaches and migraines and things you can be doing in your practice to help your patients who are suffering from this. I feel like everybody I know knows about their migraines. Like, I didn't even know there were so many different kinds until social media told me there were so many different kinds from all my friends that suffer from them. Obviously, they don't have a good chiropractor. They probably don't go to the chiropractor. We're going to be talking about maximizing your team for ultimate success with Sherry McAllister. And for those people who do you really have a cash practice or thinking about transitioning that, what are the rules and regulations to make sure that you're doing it the right way? I can tell you that 99.9% of doctors who tell me that they are a cash practice do not meet those qualifications. So what is that? And do you want to move in that direction, or if that's something you're thinking you'll want to join us in May with Dr. Meredith Dictionary. And then we're going to talk about dream wellness with author and chiropractor Dr. Brian Stinsler. And I'm super excited. So you'll notice we have some people who've been on here before. We have a couple of new speakers. We actually have a lot of new speakers this year. You know, I want to shake things up, and we're talking about all the things. We're just talking to all the people I find interesting. And I think
well, I will say, as a presenter, we do appreciate you, Christy. So.
Well, you're so sweet. Y'all know I pay them to say nice things about me. I'm just kidding. Y'all know that I'm so excited because Austin was in California and now he is my neighbor in the great state of Texas. And we're so excited to embrace him into Southern life, although Texas isn't exactly Southern life, it's Texas life. They're like a whole entity all their own, but we love them.
It's closer than California, so we're closer to the south, right? So
I know. I'm bringing all of my California friends to the south. I've got to move them to Tennessee, Texas. I'm just trying to get them within driving distance.
Yeah, and get them out of the crazies. So
that's exactly right.
That's what we're here for. So we got two offices, one in California, one here in McKinney, Texas. This one's going to be twice the size as our California office. So we're only growing because we're helping as many practices as we can here. So we truly look forward to helping everyone grow and ultimately making a bigger impact on healthcare. So thank you for having us, Christy. We appreciate it.
No problem. Everybody, we're ending a little early today, which makes me happy. Don't open your door. Don't take your time. If you are done, enjoy your 30 minutes before you have to see patients again, and just breathe and eat and taste your food today.
Yes.
Instead of mailing it between patients. You guys, we'll see you same time, same place next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye.